Okay, it's time for trains. How's everybody doing? This is no. Hey! Stop!
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Anyway, how's everybody doing? It's time for some Derail Valley, late night Derail. We'll play for a couple hours here, and then we'll go from there. Let me fire this bad boy up. I haven't played Derail in a long time, but there was just an update out for it, so I'm figuring, you know, I like trains. Chat, do you like trains? Do you like trains? I like trains. Blazing Pyro, 80-month resub. Trains! My reaction when you started playing the second NGT video, or ND, yeah. Yeah, weather guy, I didn't mean to get mad. I just, like, everybody, like, I heard what I said, dude. I heard what he said, and I respected it. Everyone's like, no, that's not what he's saying. I'm like, sorry, I didn't mean to get a little feisty there, but that kind of stuff is like, I just, okay. Anyway, I don't want to keep talking about it. Let's play Derail. There is an update, so let's go. Hooded, by the way, I'd recommend playing the tutorial, replaying the tutorial for Derail Valley. They'd have added a bunch of new stuff to learn about. You could quickly skip the parts they're teaching on how to drive anyways. You're gonna love the new rain effects and windows. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'll just drive the train. I know how trains work. We good, man. I was considering becoming a train engineer, but became a truck driver instead. Hey, driving trucks is cool. Almost forgot to ask. Did you have a good time in the D? I see you brought the snow. Thanks. No thanks. It hasn't snowed where I'm from, Bob. But yes, I love Detroit, dude. Dude, anytime I get to see gigantic factories, that makes me happy. What does Detroit have a lot of? Gigantic factories. So yeah, always have a good time in Detroit. And my in-laws are pretty cool. Just saying. See the latest news. What do we got? Okay, here we go. B99. The B99 update. New tutorial is not about driving trains, it's about customization and such. Do you think I could watch this video and it would be applicable?
Hi. Welcome everyone to our latest
Hey
Derail Valley
Graham!
update.
Thanks for the super chat.
B99.
Yeah,
I am
thanks, man.
Slobodan from Old Future, and I'll show you the highlights of everything new in this rather big release. The update brings numerous improvements in 3 major fields, namely the industries, train customization, and train simulation. We'll start with the most eye-catching highlight, the addition of 3 new fossil fuel industries to the valley. The oil refinery, with its very busy industrial look, for the very first time takes oil-based deliveries north.
Yes.
From there, it distributes oil derivatives to all populated areas. In the oil refinery, you'll find a lot of new types of buildings, piping, and props.
Wait, Bob, if you ever want to see the inside of a modern factory where we build trucks, I might be able to arrange that. What trucks are you building? Hang on one second. We'll look at the oil refinery in a moment. I like refineries. Detroit has a huge refinery. It's really big, and it has an awesome pressure vessel that looks like a basketball. Hired, Bob, what kind of trucks? And Graham, thank you for the $5 super chat. I appreciate it. Marathon. You son of a bitch. I'm in. Yeah, dude. Let's go. I love factories. Dude, I love factories. I don't know what it is, dude. Seeing stuff get made activates something weird in my head. Like seeing a machine build something is like, or just like an assembly line. I just sit there and look at them like, dude, it's some weird like missing link stuff. I don't know what the heck that's about, dude. But factories make lizard brain happy. Yes, exactly. Yeah, I don't know what that's about, dude. But yeah, I could watch cars being manufactured all day. Yeah, all day. Yeah, I could do that for like 8 hours straight, just sitting there watching an assembly line make stuff. Like, yeah, I could do that. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. That's not normal. Or is it? I don't know. You tell me. Makes you want to play Workers. Yeah, I know. Episodes of How It's Made. Yes. Yes. Yeah. You like watching soldering. Yeah, soldering, machining. Dude, it's bizarre. It's bizarre. Anyway. William Voss, EJ, I demand you buy beer with this money. Okay. You're not going to get a $5 beer in Massachusetts, though, William. That's all I'm saying. So I'll contribute. I'm not saying give me more money.
The coal power plant near the machine factory does not produce cargo, but it receives coal all the way here in the far west, where coal has never gone before. This station will greet you with the unique mood of electrical infrastructure and its overarching
Neuron
cooling
activation.
towers.
Are you more interested in internal combustion engine or EV? I don't care. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. Like, as a consumer, I like internal combustion engines. Yeah, I know. Boomer stuff. But I don't hate Tesla either. Tesla's awesome. I actually think Cybertruck is really cool. 48-volt architecture is really smart. And Cybertruck is the perfect vehicle to implement that on. That's really smart. 48V architecture, internal combustion engine or electric is the future. That's genius. Tesla's genius for doing that. But yeah, I don't care. If it goes fast, I like it, usually. And plaids go very fast. Yeah, plaids go fast. Those are cool. Soldering, machining. How about CNC controlled FDM solder-based PCB printing? Yeah, I could get down on that. I like carbureted engines with no computers. I like those too. Okay, when you're up here, give me a shout out and I will make inquiries. All right. Come to New Hampshire and I'll buy you a proper beer. All right. Sounds good, man.
And finally, the new coal mine, named Coal Mine South, ensures that coal deliveries to the power plant and the steel mill are no longer destined to come from the northeast mine alone.
Excavator.
While these new industries don't introduce any novel cargo types, the old ones do. We've added 16 new cargo types for you to transport, ranging from more food, waste, vehicles, military equipment, and others.
Rockets.
Now totaling
Rockets.
at exactly 100 cargo types, the game's expanded supply chain makes many new connections between stations possible.
Rockets and
To
trains.
streamline that, we've also modified some tracks and intersections.
Rockets and trains.
New routes and shortcuts. These three elements, the new industries, new cargo types, and new tracks, all come together to make the supply chain more fun. Finally, you're able to head for a distant location and seamlessly make numerous pickups and deliveries along the way,
Pickups.
ending up with a significant profit without needing to take the same old beaten path. Moreover, this will be further improved with several more industries coming in the next builds, as well as the eventual dynamic supply and demand simulation.
Supply and demand simulation. All right. Rockets plus trains. Yeah, I can't lose. I looked at the new Stoke renders during Space News, Ben. Yep. Dad sneeze. Shh. Quiet. To drop you have to transport SRB stacks would be awesome. Yes. In DM, we make Hummers and electric Silverados. In Flint, we make ICE Silverados and Sierras. I was just at that factory, Bob. Yeah, the assembly in Flint, that's off of, what is it, 23 and 59? I think it was 59. It was something else. What's the name of the highway that goes east-west through Flint? 69. I was close. No, Spoon, the other side. You go up 23. You go up 23, you eventually get to that huge freaking plant. Yeah, I was just there, Bob. I drove by it because, truth be told, I drove by it because I'd never seen Flint before and I wanted to see it. A lot of open fields. Did that make EJ mad? Oh, yeah. There were factories there at some point, and there's not now, and that's not cool. I don't like that. That makes EJ upset. You wanted to see non-potable water. You know, I knew somebody was going to make the joke, RB. Why am I not surprised it was you? Has anyone noticed that EJ will always show his Boston when he's giving directions? Shut up.
To deliver the more sensitive types of cargo, you now need to have the Fragile license. It's intended as one of the early game goals, costing only $10,000, and makes a good investment because even though it bumps up the copay a little, the Fragile orders now also pay more. For highly expensive but sensitive cargo,
trains helping
trams,
trains.
This can be rather lucrative. This build also introduces a new car type to the game, a closed hopper, which is used to deliver grains and flour from the farm.
Cool.
We've entirely redesigned the schematic maps. They are now more informative about station facilities such as water towers and locomotive spawn points. The maps also better represent the stations in terms of proportions, now more closely matching their actual top-down shape. The yard orientations are more coherent, and the compass icon matches the handheld compass needle, with all of this hopefully making navigation more manageable for beginners. The main reason for the map redesign is a whole new feature, the remote operation of switches. This can save a lot of time when shunting, especially in realistic difficulty where a lot of walking would be involved, and it makes the experience generally more immersive and seamless. While this can be of great help, it's also intentionally made not too easy to use. Human error is essential to the Derail Valley experience, so if you want to change switches remotely, you'll still need to dedicate some mental capacity to understand the switch path at any given time. Remote switching using schematic maps is not available immediately from the start of the game. Rather, you must unlock this ability by buying the dispatcher license that costs, again, $10,000.
Cool.
While the schematic maps show all the switches within stations, we've also added
Yeah,
an item
probably
named
will.
route map, which shows switches from the rest of the network. These switches can be remotely operated too.
Cool.
In addition to the 3 new industries, we've added a new city too, City South. This touristic place, featuring a beautiful promenade, is also home to the all-new Derail Valley Railway Museum. This is a new type of building that you can gain access to by buying the new museum license, which costs $15,000. The museum has a collection of 6 rather special locomotive variants, the so-called demonstrators. These are pre-production locomotives that the manufacturer would typically send to a railway company for demonstration and evaluation. In the past, the Derail Valley Railworks and Transportation Company received demonstrators too, before ordering the fleets of locomotives that we see in stations today. Their demonstrators were then given to the museum. However, as the Derail Valley economy plummeted in the meantime, the museum and its vehicles were highly neglected. Buying the museum license gives you the option to restore this historical collection and use the demonstrators as your personal vehicles. They look different, never despawn, can be permanently customized the way you like, and more than anything, motivate you to earn money even after you've unlocked all the licenses. Now, those benefits sound great, but it takes a lot of effort to restore a demonstrator. First you must find one, re-rail it and tow it back to the museum. Then you must fit it with missing parts, repair and refuel it, before finally giving it a paint job. The whole process takes quite a bit of time and money to do, and can be tracked at each locomotive's info panel. Note the demonstrators are not covered by the DVRT insurance package like regular locomotives, so when you use them you'll have to pay for all of their maintenance. Now, we're already familiar with how to do rerailing, towing and manual servicing, but what about those missing parts? That's right, each one of these abandoned locomotives has missing parts that you need to order from the museum's own office and bring using one of the 2 new types of work trains called utility vehicles. Utility flat car comes bundled with the museum. It can be hauled just like any other car, but it can only transport train parts.
I know what that is. That's an Alco 261. Yeah. It's the DE6's engine. That's an Alco. Look. You think I'm kidding? Hey, look. Yes. Yeah. Nice. Nice. This is bad. This is not good. This is not a good thing.
Then, there's also the much cooler utility rail vehicle. This is a diesel mechanical manual transmission rail bus chopped into a flatbed shape for transporting train parts. While it's not powerful enough to do any serious hauling, it is very fun to drive and fast, which makes it also suitable as personal transport. The utility rail vehicle does not come with the museum. Rather, you need to unlock it separately from a garage just nearby. Once you've ordered the train part, you need to bring one of the utility vehicles to a specified loading track to load it. This is done using the cargo transfer machine like you would for regular deliveries. Then, transfer the part to the museum to unload it and pay for it to be installed.
That's a boiler.
Once you've serviced the locomotive, you can give it a paint job at the museum's paint station. This
Yeah,
is
Nick, I
done
think that
using
should
the paint
implement
sprayer
that.
gun, which can be loaded with different types of cans that you can buy in shops. Sand cans are used to remove paint from the vehicles before they can be painted with paint cans.
This is dope. Alright.
In B99, we've included 2 types of paint cans, which are essentially themes, DVRT, and Demonstrator. The more affordable DVRT cans will paint vehicles to the Derail Valley railways and transportation colors that we are all familiar with, but giving them a pristine look. The more expensive Demonstrator cans will instead paint the vehicles to the unique paint jobs that these historical pieces originally came with. The body and cab of a locomotive need to be painted separately, so 2 cans are needed to complete the vehicle, and you are allowed to mix them. Lastly, as you would expect, painting can only be done on the museum locomotives. DVRT rolling stock is out of your reach in this regard. Other privately owned vehicles might become paintable too in future builds. Now, for all this restoration business to make sense, there's something more. The main addition in B99, and what makes it truly a major update, are the newly added gadgets. Gadgets are various pieces of equipment that you can buy and install to locomotives to enhance their usage. There are 20 types of gadgets in this build, plus the numerous color variants.
Whoa!
Some of them alter locomotive behavior, some change the driving experience or make the locomotive safer, while others exist to better the lighting, help store your items more conveniently, or for various other purposes.
This is
Where
bad.
you place the gadgets and how you use them is entirely up to you. One of the very useful gadgets, for example, is the distance tracker. It lets you know exactly when the end of your train has passed a certain point without needing to leave the cab. This, in combination with remote switching using schematic maps, makes a lot of rail operations smoother and more fun. Gadgets, like regular items, are bought in shops around the map and can be pricey. In fact, there's 60 new items available in shops, tripling the previous amount. Because of this, we've entirely redesigned the shops too, now looking a lot more like actual stores full of products, with all purchasable items sitting on the shelves in their physical form.
Dude.
The gadgets you buy can be installed to DVRT locomotives. However, if the locomotive despawns, the gadgets from it will go to Lost and Found. Since gadgets cost time and money to install, that is not ideal. This is where the museum locomotives come into place. When you own a private locomotive, you can safely customize it all you want, and the gadgets inside it will never despawn.
Yeah, Hooded, I got
Since
you.
you are a trainee engineer in Derail Valley, we didn't want you to just slap on gadgets and call it a day. Instead, the installation process is highly interactive, where you actually need to secure mounts, solder connections, do some electrical wiring, and tweak the gadget settings to your needs before you can use them.
Oh, shh.
Let's go into these steps one by one. First, to install a gadget, you need to fit it to an appropriate mount. You can usually find the fitting mount just by eyeballing its size. Mounts exist in different shapes so that they can be placed on different types of surfaces. Once you place the mount where you want it, you can secure it in 2 ways, either using an electric handrail or duct tape. Drill mounts are highly durable, but can only be done on select surfaces. Taped mounts, on the other hand, can be placed anywhere, but the train collision will lock them up.
Super.
Once the mount is secured, you can attach the gadget to it in an orientation of your choice.
Oh.
If the gadget requires electricity, you'll need to connect it to the electrical supply using the soldering gun. Finally, optionally, if you choose to install any controllers that let you toggle gadgets on and off, you can use the crimping tool to wire them up, and this way further customize the usage to your liking.
Wait, back that up.
Control is the electrical supply using the soldering gun. Finally, optionally, if you choose to install any controllers that let you toggle gadgets on and off, you can use the crimping tool to wire them up, and this way further customize the usage to your liking. You can even make ditch lights by wiring up headlight gadgets with an alternating controller, for example. If at any point you need to remove gadgets and mounts, you can nudge them with the hammer and they'll safely fall off. You can then repair any remaining drill holes using the filler gun. To install gadgets, you clearly need a lot of equipment at hand. Tools, mounts, gadgets, you name it. So, instead of making you carry all that with you, we've expanded the functionality of what used to be known as a lost and found shed to what's now called a tool shed. While the desk inside still serves as a place where your lost items will spawn, the rest of the shed is now a permanent item storage unit. You can neatly arrange a wide variety of items in the shed, and that's exactly where you'll find them the next time around. Being an engineer in the game, we also wanted to encourage you to stick to one gadget layout rather than changing it on a whim. The way this is accomplished
Well guys, we lost him.
is that to solder electrical connections, you need to consume a soldering wire reel. A single reel costs $200, which isn't too bad considering the Derail Valley economy, but the costs will add up if you make repeated changes. Now of course, if you want to mess around with this stuff without any costs, you can do so in sandbox mode. Installed gadgets can be interacted with from the external view with the soldering wire reel. A single reel costs $200, which isn't too bad considering the Derail Valley economy, but the costs will add up if you make repeated changes. Now of course, if you want to mess around with this stuff without any costs, you can do so in sandbox mode. Installed gadgets can be interacted with from the external view too, using the new driving UI extensions.
Nice.
Before we move on to topics beyond items, we've added a few more. Flag markers in many colors that can be used to help visualize particular train cuts, for example, and the handheld gaming console.
Nice, Game Boy. Bro, they've been
The
cooking.
Bill 99 adds significant improvements to the train simulation too. In particular, our goal was to finish everything that remained to be done regarding steam engines. So let's dive right into it. Steam engines are now significantly more complete and behave closer to how they would in real life. To start with, coal combustion has received a notable rework. Some of this was already done in the previous build, but it's important enough to recap here too. When you think of coal particles leaving the firebox in the form of smoke, you probably think of them as being fully burned. However, that's not necessarily always the case. The coal can burn inefficiently, where it releases particles to the atmosphere which still have unused energy in them. You may already be familiar with the smoke color being a good indicator of combustion efficiency, and well, the black smoke is black because it literally contains unburned coal particles. So there's two factors involved in combustion efficiency. One is the amount of coal in the firebox, and the other is the availability of air. When there's little coal in the firebox, regular air from the atmosphere is enough for it to burn efficiently. However, add more coal and you'll suffocate the combustion. The coal will now burn faster, but it will not generate proportionally more heat. What it needs is more air. One way to increase the airflow is by using the blower. The blower gently releases steam from the boiler to the atmosphere, which creates a vacuum in the firebox, drawing in fresh air. This is a good way to improve the combustion efficiency when the vehicle is parked. However, when the vehicle is accelerating or maintaining a high speed, the vacuum created by the rapid exhaustion of cylinders is even greater. In this case, we should keep the blower closed and add more coal to the firebox to use the available airflow to its fullest potential.
It's pretty good, man.
For fine-tuning of the coal level, we recommend using the expert shovel, which you can buy at the goods factory. Next up, we've greatly expanded the time it takes to heat up the steam engine boiler from scratch. Rather than having to sit it out, there's now new tasks for you to do to prepare the locomotive for running. Previously, to lubricate the running gear, you simply needed to open a single valve. That valve is now gone, and you need to do a couple of new things. Let's start with the automatic lubricator. The role of the automatic lubricator is to maintain oil level in the bearings. It does this by adding a little bit of oil with every cycle of the running gear. When the oil is already in the bearings and the vehicle is in motion, the oil level remains high. However, if the vehicle is sitting still, the bearings will eventually dry out. This means that a locomotive that hasn't been driven in a while needs to be lubricated manually.
Oh, cool.
For bearings that are within reach of the automatic lubricator, this is done by cranking a handle on the lubricator until the oil level in the bearings is full. However, there are also bearings that the automatic lubricator can't reach, and they too need tending. You'll find several of these oil cups
You have to grease the zerks. Oh, that's cool, man.
distributed around the locomotives. If you open the cap, the oil level inside is presented to you.
Bro, it's summer car with
Using
trains.
the new item
Oh,
called
no.
Oiler, which you can buy at any shop, you can refill these cups.
Bro, it's summer car with
Fill
trains.
them all. Remember to close the caps, or as soon as the vehicle is in motion, the bearings will dry out very
Oh,
soon.
no.
If you miss to lubricate any of these bearings, you'll quickly know because the locomotive will start producing screeching noise and take damage when it's put into motion. Moving on, the steam chest simulation has been revamped and now significantly improves the experience of driving steam engines. When the regulator of a steam engine is open, steam is admitted from the boiler to the locomotive's chest. It is from here that steam is further supplied to the cylinders. Steam in the cylinders then pushes the pistons, which leads to the wheels turning and propelling the vehicle. The novelty in this build is that when there's steam in the chest, even after you close the regulator, it will continue propelling the vehicle. Normally, the chest will empty in a few exhaust cycles already. However, if you keep the regulator open just enough to keep making up for that loss, the chest pressure can be maintained at a relatively constant level. But there's a catch. The faster the locomotive is moving, the more frequently it exhausts steam from its cylinders. This is where the
don't tell me
cutoff
that.
valve comes into play. By gradually closing the cutoff by moving it towards the center position, we reduce the period in which chest steam is admitted to the cylinders, thus also we reduce the exhaustion rate. While this results in less power, it will give the chest enough time to remain pressurized and still be able to propel the vehicle even at higher speeds. While this principle has been simulated in the past, it was never as accurate and tangible as it is now. You'll find that driving the steam engines after this change feels quite different and is even more engaging. While on the topic of cutoff, be aware that setting it in the opposite direction of travel will now cause ash from the firebox to be sucked into the cylinders. Even over a short period of time, this can cause massive damage. Other notable improvements to steam engines include
Sight
the
glass.
more realistic looking and behaving side glasses.
Cool.
There's also now blowback effect. This is a hazardous event that occurs when you enter a tunnel with the fire door open, thus you should always aim to keep the fire door closed. The improvements to steam engines also include better sounds, particle effects, and many more.
You can blow the boiler.
Train brake systems are also significantly
You can blow the
changed in
boiler.
this build. To start with, like in real life, all locomotives now have a brake cutout valve. The purpose of this valve is to isolate excess brake controls in a train that has more than one locomotive. When mixing locomotives with self-lapping and non-self-lapping valves in the same train, just make sure only one of the locomotives has their brake cutout open. As I'm sure you'll find out, a common mistake is to forget to open the cutout valve on a locomotive when starting. This can result in no braking ability. Train brakes in general have been reworked. The cars now properly simulate auxiliary reservoirs, which takes significantly more time to fill up when a train is coupled initially
sick,
than
dude.
they did before. Once the reservoirs are full, releasing the brakes is much quicker than it used to be. One of the notable results of these changes can be seen in how the non-self-lapping brake operates. Previously, you were able to freely apply and release the brake, and at any point if you put the control to the lapping position, it would maintain whatever pressure the brake had at that moment. Now, the lapping position will behave the same only if you apply the brakes and return to the lapping position. If you release the brakes, however, and go back to the lapping position too soon, the cylinders will start pressurizing, effectively applying brakes. This is because, in order to lap successfully, the non-self-lapping brakes require all the auxiliary reservoirs to be fully pressurized, and this takes time. In practice, this means that you don't want to be releasing brakes too often. If you know you'll need to brake again soon, try to brake a smaller amount but continually, rather than applying and releasing brakes too frequently.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
After each release, you'll need to wait about 10 seconds or more, depending on how hard you were braking, before you can lap the brakes again. The brake sounds themselves are a lot more fulfilling now, with all cars in the train hissing and humming as they move the air around. We've made some improvements to couplers too. You can now tow cars even without tightening the screw. Beware, however, that this will increase the slack between coupled vehicles and may result in damage if not handled with caution. Last but not least, we've made improvements to graphics and user experience, so let's show you some of those.
Dude, this update is nuts, man. This is a huge update. Wow. I mean, I knew they updated Derail, but I was like, okay, maybe they added a couple of... No.
As you may have
It's
already
a big
noticed,
update.
we've fully redone the windshield raindrop graphics. Now finally refracting light and impairing visibility when not white. Yet, they still retain all of their realistic physical behavior from before. To use custom difficulty presets in career mode, we no longer require you to unlock all the licenses using default presets. Rather, unlocking one of the few basic ones is enough. This is now also better explained in the game's interface. We've notably improved support for the Steam Deck platform, now having better controls and performance, and have reached out to Valve to update their compatibility review. As you might expect, tutorials and manuals have been greatly expanded too, to accommodate the new features. Please bear in mind that it might take some time for the localized versions to be updated. Finally, a lot of work has been done to improve the stability of the game and its performance. And those are the highlights of the new update B99. To recap, the main theme here that all this comes down to was to make deliveries less repetitive and more purposeful. With the new industries, routes, cargo types, locomotive...
Military helicopter with a single turbo shaft. Okay. All right.
Locomotive restoration, gadgets, and simulation improvements. We hope to see you find dozens, if not hundreds more hours of fun to be had in Derail Valley, while we continue to work on more significant improvements. For more detailed information on what's in this build, and there's a lot, please see the full changelog linked in the description. You'll notice that we've also moved the changelog online. We hope you'll enjoy Build 99 and are looking forward to seeing your locomotive builds and feedback. We'd like to give a big shout out to our beta testers and translators who have been tremendously helping finding issues in this but also previous builds. And we would also like to thank you, our community, for all your support over the years. You guys make this possible. Thank you so much. With that, we'll see you next time with more updates.
Okay, yep, saw what I wanted to see. All right, cool. Continue. I like trains. You guys know that? I like trains.
Discovery,
Hey, Lev.
go at throttle up.
63-month resub. Thank you. Poison had a 43 before that. All right. This is where we last were. Due to a recent game update, your ongoing order had to be canceled. You were moved to the nearest station where you can take new locomotives and orders. Thank you for understanding. Go get that pickup truck train. My army of D6s is gone. All right, Forrest. See you, buddy. Oh, dude, let me get that deuce and a half, though. Two D4s. Oh, DM3. Ha! Nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm good, thanks. I don't want that. That thing sucks. I hate that thing. Where are we? Yeah, we're at Steel Mill. Okay, so we're right here. Man, where's my DE6s? Man. How much money do I... Okay. No, I'm not starting over. I have almost $500,000 doll hairs. This is my old save, Gaw. Yeah. I had 3 DE6s, and I was moving, like, mile-long freight trains. Or, well, as long as it... Oh, balls. How do you drop it? Are you going to the mall later? That's what I'm asking. Oh boy. Are you going to the mall later? Yeah, I don't care about that. Yes. Okay. Have you tried Derail in VR? No, I haven't. Hey, EJ, quit messing around in your tool shed. Oh, is that the boys whose tool? What? Hey, never end a sentence in a preposition. Whose shed they were off. whack in. Wicked shirt, man. I'm on a mission from God. Thanks, mate. Okay. Oh, A4. Where's my letter paper, damn it? A4. What the hell's that about? PC load letter? The frick does that mean? Tools shed off, they were whacking. It's ladies' night at the Palace Hotel Ballroom. You two girls. Tell your friends. I think, how much you want to bet from worker? We can figure out what all these cars are from Workers and Resources. Well, that's a Mercedes, I think. Yep. No, could be a Volga. Lada. Or a Fiat 126. I mean, pick one. That looks like a Skoder. Skoder. Alright. Good news. The new Dacias are in. It ain't no Skoda 105, though. Yeah, that looks like a 126 right there. Or a Niva, either one. It would be a 126 in Workers. How do you fast travel? I said I wouldn't do it. I said I wouldn't fast travel. But also... Ding. Okay. Hey, all right. Ding. Rides are done. Yeah, Brimo, we like trains here. Hi. I love you. We like trains. Are you going to the mall later? That's what I'm... No, I'm not going to the mall. What do we got over there? Volkswagen. I don't even know. Nissan, maybe? A Datsun? Is that a Samara? Really? What a piece of junk. What's the yellow car? Bro, is that an FC? Yo, that's an FC. No way. All right. All right. De Madu, Festa Vu. There's a red FC over there. Wank, 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 wank. Do any of these trains go to Michigan Central? We're in Serbia. So... No, I don't think so. What model light pole is that? It's the model light pole where you shut the hell up. Got him. Oh. Brimo, you know that big plant in Flint that I made us drive by? Yeah, we might be touring that soon. Just thought I'd let you know. I might have to go back to Michigan. I know, right? Look at this. This is nice. All right, where's the little the pickup truck? Good communication is key to any relationship. Yeah. Motor. Motor. When? Soon. Stop motorboating the motor? Shut up. Okay, where's the shop? It's weird. It's a motor. It's in the name. Okay, Brimo. I thought Derail Valley died. That was Railroads Online. I don't play RRO. It's a blue building. Okay. Lada. We need the shop for the key, Tessa, do we not? Brown houses are so cool. Agreed. It did, Oridon. Yeah, it took all my train engines away. All the DE6s that we had. I don't think there's a shop here, or I don't know. Biblioteca? Huh? You said MF, Dink? Alright, we'll go up there. I like cranes. Hey, Seal Shark. How are you? Hey, I'm sorry. It's late. Leave me alone. Yeah. Okay. Over there. Are there passenger cars? Make? Did they add? I know there's consists for them, but are there passenger like train missions? I don't think so. Not yet. Yeah. Okay, but that's obviously going to be a thing soon. There it is. No passenger in game. That is a mod right now, though. Yeah, that's cool, I guess. Volkswagen. Primo, look. Primo, look. Hey, Beetle Hood. What the fuck is this piece of shit? Oh, alright. Things to buy. I was brushing my teeth. What am I looking at? Blue. I want it. Yeah. No. We'll get you one. We'll get you one. All right. Shut up. Bro, it's my summer car. Not buying anything else? No, not yet. What do you need the receipt for? Proof of purchase, pigeon. Yeah, Garfagon, we watched the tutorial vid to start here. Yeah. My summer train. Here. I can.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Where's Olaf's shed? Oh, there it is. I see it. Oh, I still have it. All right. Train. Where's the breaker? You gotta power up the loco. Gotta find the breaker, but there's a problem. It's dark. Gearbox. Oh no. God. Don't tell me. I'll figure it out. Chat, I said shut the up. Give her some sand. No, you. Okay, that's your reverser. Got plenty of sand. Full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark out, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it. Where's the fuel cutoff? Shut up, God, you jerk. Oh, it's on the side of the train. Right. Am I dumb? Oh, there it is. No, that... Okay, let's see if I remember how to use this. It's Russian garbage that was modded, okay. Want my DE6, man. Pneumatic brakes. Yeah, they're still engaged. Yep, okay, we're good now. Yep. I know, we have to dispatch. Be quiet. I know. I'm kind of using this to remember how to do this. Alright, so let's, oh, nope. Okay. You probably want to bring this little thing along in tow. Nah, I'm alright. Oh yeah, you can use the radio. I forgot about that. Thank you. Don't let Ed see you ghost riding the whip. Yeah, I know. That's a huge no-no in real life. I know. Alright, Graham, see ya. That horn blows. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Alright, so let's, okay, so shut up. Rear indicators. Okay, set the reverser to back. Okay, release the independent brake. You have to refuel them pitching, yeah. Okay, that's enough. We can coast. All right, sweet. Pretty good. Cool. It's been a while since I played, but I remembered how to do most of this. I just want my DE6. I want to go find the junk DE6. Any hints on where that might be, guys? It's random? Okay. It's generated within the world file. Alright, well, let's take that weird pickup truck locomotive on a fantastic voyage. I bought the museum license already, dude. They are all within 50 meters of the stations. Oh, I didn't see that. Yeah, don't worry about it, dude. It's all good. Took me a second to remember the controls, but okay. All right, so oh no, you got a circuit for the starter, electronics on. Okay, lights are indicating correctly. Shift it into first. Okay. Oh, where's the mechanical brakes? Hold on. Have you played the new Flight Sim? No, I haven't. Oh, mechanical brakes are right there. All right, excellent. Sorry, I don't know this locomotive. Okay, cool. Forward, first gear. Brakes released. Okay. All right, where should we go? Where do we go? What do we do? You want to go to the harbor? That's where I used to find DE6s. All right, we'll go to the harbor then. Go to the harbor. Gotcha, hooded. You know, this thing is making it's, oh, yeah, wait, we gotta shift it. I was gonna say, it's making a lot of noise for no revs. Throttle off, shift gears, throttle back up. You gotta shift it. I can't. You throttle out, shift it. We're in fifth. Okay, 60 miles an hour is plenty fast. Oh, we're not going 60. I was reading the tax. Sorry. We're not going nearly that fast. All right. Give it some bacon. All right, that's fine. That's a little sus. This is a little sus. It's a little sketchy. It's a little sketchy. What the hell is a kilometer? Full send? Dude, there's like a huge ravine right there. I don't know if that's the wisest decision. 8 down, 8% grade? I forget how to read the signs. Oh, crap. Oh, speed limit. That's the speed limit. That's the speed limit. Speed will go down. Yes, okay, got it. Speed will go up. It's 50 right now. Floor it. Floor it. Floor it. Speed will go up until morale improves. Eyeball, we got places to be. Oh, 70. Floor it. Floor it. Floor it. What I learned today in boating school is blankety, blankety, blank. There's the harbor. Okay, 300 meters. There's a Y, speed 60. Let's get this out here. Okay, the switch is set. "40 kilometers, we got a tight corner. Wait, where's the Y? Oh, we went past it. Alright, cool. You're the Y.
Discovery, go and
Me?
throttle up.
That 8 meant 80 is the speed limit. Yeah, Angie, I got you. Thank you. Yeah. I used to know how to read them all because I got pretty good at this game. We gotta go slow going into the yard here, so just let it coast. This game does have VR. In fact, it's meant to be played in VR. 1.7% grade. Downshift? Bro. Just coast. I want my DE6. I want my... Why 300 meters? Down, so you got a 0.6. Okay, alright. Sum it down now. Sum it down now. Must find D6, best locomotive ever devised by man. Next right is trains. Ha 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 ha! D6, my beloved. There's an add-on for this thing via the radio work train. Wait, I can just request it? Steam locomotive is better. No. If you own it, you can request it. Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, EMDG 16, please, 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 please. Best locomotive ever. Oh, yeah, look at it. Now, this is an R D6. That's not our EMDG 16, but it's ours in our hearts. Or we could just walk around until we find it. Man, that diesel sounds like Dookie. And the windshield wiper sounds like someone dying. Is it an export SD40-2? No, it's the predecessor to it, Jared. That's a EMD G16. Yeah, it's a G16. That's like it came before an SD40, but it's made by the same company. You need to walk around until you find your D6. Yes. Yes. There's a D4. There's a really cool steam locomotive. I don't have the S282. I never got any of the steam locomotive licenses. But I can drive this melon farmer. Oh, yeah. You'll be able to request the demonstrator locomotives once you restore them. Oh, cool, NG. All right. What about this trailer? Can I take this? Who just leaves a car like that? RD6 company. What about that boat? 23 cars. And a boat. How did you wreck a boat? Tip for finding them. Look in, around, and under all the things. Okay. You have to pick up the parts to repair the train. Okay. I'm aware of that. Right, Faucher? What about that? Remember, there are more stations than those derelict locomotives. Why didn't you derelict my gas tank? Oh yeah, I remember this. I can't teleport very far because I have it's the difficulty settings. Not that piece of... this is a DH4. This is pretty good. DH4s aren't bad. We should re-rail this. Hold on. I'm just bringing it back to the roundhouse. Damn it! We're out of range. Cost $1,000 to move this? Alright. Alright. Whatever. Or is there another one down there? Is the utility vehicle persistent? There's only one. Okay, cool. Brake cutout is disabled, so we're cutting the brakes. Pneumatic system is pressurized. Let's give this thing a mint. Set us to reverse. Speed 1. Rear lights. Forward lights indicating it downward. Yep. Oops, wrong one. Okay, now what we got to do is we have to, here we go. We have to give the train pneumatic pressure. You need pneumatic pressure to get the train to release its brakes. Trains have an inverse pneumatic system. The only way you can get the brakes to release is if you pressurize the system. Pressurizing the system releases the brakes. If you lose pressure, the brakes go on. It's a safety mechanism. It was developed by a guy by the name of George Westinghouse. Yeah. So if you ever heard Westinghouse, it's an industrial company. Wabtec. Westinghouse Air Brake Technology. Wabtec is still a huge corporation to this day. It's like 200 years old or something. Well, maybe not 200, but you get the idea. Okay. So this thing went under load here for a second because it's rebuilding pneumatic pressure. Yeah, see? Okay. Yeah. We're not starting this anytime soon, but we could still give it some electric. Horn still works. Nuclear launch detected. Okay. All right, let's bring this back to the shed. Something's brakes. I think I may have turned the brakes. That engine is under load now because it's filling up the tank. Yep, alright, no, I had it backwards. Yeah, we don't need to cut those brakes in. Come on, baby. Oh, hang on. Shifting gears, that's what we're doing. Hey, the horsepower is fine. This has got to be mechanical because we're shifting gears, so it's got to be a straight mechanical diesel, which means we got torque. I need a D6, my beloved D6. Maybe we should take it with us. be a new manual in your inventory that shows you the specs. Oh, neat. Yes, 97 has seen some better days. But then again, you know what I was thinking, dudes? If we take the DE6, then I gotta pay for it. I gotta pay for using it, right? Like, that's gonna cost money. These vehicles don't. It doesn't cost money, you just pay them for the fuel. Right? Big trucks are the same way. Yeah. Yeah, let's get the D6. It's just, you know, it's gonna be good to have in case we want to do a job or something. Okay, number 20. Oh, this thing so much. Okay, open up the breakers. Okay, main electronics, traction motors, starter breakers are on.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Oh, this thing is sick. Alright, now we gotta go back here. It's a big old mechanical injection diesel right here. Oh! Oh, look at it. It's beautiful. I missed you. Alright, so we gotta prime the mechanical injector. It's alive! It's alive! We are so back! Oh god. Independent brake. So that's our mechanical brake. That's the pneumatic brakes. There's the cutout, throttle. We got a reverser and the dynamic brake. This is the reason why I got the D6 and why I made almost $500,000, because of the dynamic braking. You can really haul with this thing because it's an Alco, because it's awesome. Oh, no access to the toilet, huh? Oh well. Oh, they added a museum, Jim. You can get a museum and you can find junk locomotives, pay to re-rail them, and then pay to fix them and paint them and fix all the components. You actually have to work on it, dude. It's like, think My Summer Car, but with trains. Man, this is dangerous. Manual brake release. Okay. All right, 20. Let's go. Throw the reverser forward. Oh, yeah. Okay, that should just be enough to get it going. Okay. Oh, that's not mechanical. That's just the independent brake. The mechanical. Sorry, I called that a mechanical brake earlier. Okay, that's the mechanical brake. This is a diesel-electric locomotive. The D6 is an Alco, not an Alco, it's an EMD G16. It's G16 refers to the motor. It's got a 16-cylinder mechanical injection diesel in it, dude. That's that big thing that was back there. So, on a motor on an engine like this, right, you have a big, like I said, big freaking diesel that makes like ungodly amounts of power. It's attached to a generator, and that generator generates electricity. So the diesel is generating electrical power, and then in the bogies down there, see that thing, the part where the wheels are, that's the bogie. In each bogie is a traction motor, a gigantic electric traction motor, and the traction motor is geared to the wheels. There's a traction motor that's transverse right there, so it's left to right. And there's a big gear on it, and it turns gears on the front wheels, on the wheel axles, on actually front and rear. It's all-wheel drive, technically. Yeah, it's a hybrid, diesel electric. Locomotives have been made like this for half a century. So, it uses pneumatic braking, just like everything else. That's all the brake indicators there. There's our light indicators. That's your tach, so that's the diesel engine RPM, right? Diesel temperature, and that's how much power you're generating. Interesting thing, look, that power generation, you can generate power with this thing. How do you generate power? The dynamic braking. If I throw the dynamic brake forward, this gauge will go from using power to generating power. You could generate power, but here's the thing, that power doesn't get fed back into the system. This thing doesn't have batteries. It doesn't have a battery bank on it. We're generating power, and that power gets transmitted through a back thing here. It's called a resistance element. It's right there. All the power that gets generated from the locomotive gets fed into the resistance element, and the resistance element gets hot. That's why there's cooling fans. See the cooling fans up there? Yeah, 320 RPM idle. Yeah, she's a beast, dude. Okay. Did you see the long video Jay Leno touring the big boy? I've watched a little bit of it, Pone Sister. I haven't watched the whole thing. And let me guess, these things never break. Nova G16s. G16s haven't been produced since 1972. They're still being used. In fact, the reason why a G16 is in this game is because the developers of this game are from Serbia. Yeah, in Serbia, Bosnia, Herzegovina, North Macedonia, and Slovenia, they all have JZ era designation 661s. They're all 661 was the export name for it. They call them Kennedys because they came in around the time when when he was the president. See? Look, right there. There it is. Same paint job and everything. They are still used. A good amount of them. That's how good these things are. EMD makes great locomotives. I'm more of an Alco fan. Electromotive diesel. They're still around. They didn't go belly up like Alco. EMD still makes locomotives, dude. Yeah, they made SD40s, which is the next version of this locomotive. SD40-2, SD70s. Amazing locomotives. And then they make what the hell's the name of them? So this is like the dad of modern diesel electrics. It's not the grandfather. The grandfather is this thing, an F3. Yeah, that was like the first widespread diesel locomotive. And it was made by EMD. Yeah, the F unit. Yeah, that thing. Great locomotives for the time. That's the grandfather of all diesel locomotives. So the F3, they came up with this idea, the F3, that you could just, they're just, what are these called? Slugs? You could just keep attaching. These are just more diesel engines. You could just couple them together like Legos. So like if you needed to pull more, one cab can control all of these. If you look, these all, there's the cab here, but then there's the diesel and the electric motor. There's another diesel and another electric motor and a fuel tank in there. And what you could do is you could hook this up. You could hook them all together. You could hook them all together to make you can make your engine more powerful by adding more. Like Voltron. The more you hook up, the better it gets. Right? They're called a B unit. That's right. That's right. I remember now. Right? Yeah, that's what it is. So that was the idea at the time. What that eventually morphed into is why not just make why not just make one thing? Just make this. Don't make that. Just manufacture one thing. So, and then just make the locomotives couplable, which is basically the meta for moving freight nowadays. Like, that's how it do. EMD is also responsible for one of my favorite locomotives. They made F40 PHs, which are really cool. My local passenger service where I'm from uses F40 PHs. You've seen these locomotives before. You've seen these. F40 PHs are great locomotives. Fantastic. If I had one in this, I would be using it. But the MBTA uses these things. Boston uses them. See? They have a good amount of them, actually. What about GG1s? I don't know who made those. Who made the GG? Love that dirty watch. Charlie Cardholder. Yeah, my guy. They're B units. A slug doesn't make its own power, and it uses the locomotive to power its traction motors. Thank you, Angie. Yeah, that's it. Sorry. It's been a while since I've done train stuff. Here, hold on. Let me just check while we're here. PRGG1. General Electric in Altoona. That is one of the coolest locomotives ever. This thing could do 120 miles an hour in the 30s when the U.S. actually gave a shit about railroads. Well, passenger railroads, I still say. We still care about railroads very much. It's just for freight, which is, that's cool. So could the Mallard. Yeah, whatever, Tessa. Altoona, I know that place. Fully electric. PRR, Pennsylvania Railroad, was a huge passenger railroad service in the Northeast. Look at that. That's pretty nuts, dude. Yeah. PRR had... That's big for their time. And a lot of this, well, not all of it, but the corridor here from basically New York to Washington, all electrified in the 30s. In the 30s. That's ridiculous. Electrification, 12.5 kilovolt, 25 hertz AC. Damn, dude. Yeah, that'll kill you. 25 hertz. Yikes. That's really low frequency. The Northeast Corridor is now owned by Amtrak and CSX. Yeah, I know, Garfagon. I live in Boston. I'm at the Northeast terminus of that line. Hey, yes. Yeah, I'm still here. We're having some fun with Derail. Anyway, all right, let's get rolling. Let's get this thing back to the... Let's get our junk DH4 back to the roundhouse. Okay. Okay, mechanical brakes are released. Shouldn't have no brakes on the train with nobody in it. That's a big no-no. Okay, lights are indicating good. Bell is going to indicate... The bell on the train indicates that you're going to start rolling soon. That the locomotive is basically going to move. So we got our bell up. Now, the horn on a locomotive... The frequency of horn honks means different things on a locomotive for the people that don't know. If you have 3 honks in quick succession, you're going backwards. That indicates that the locomotive is going to go backwards. 2 honks indicates you're going to go forward. So if you have the bell on, that means the locomotive's active. Usually have those on stations so people know. So lets people know that the train is here. But we got the bell on, indicating that the locomotive is ready to go. And 2 yonks from the horn. Reversers forward. Give it some gas. Now, with the train, you can just coast. You don't need to keep the gas on all the time. Trains have very low rolling resistance. You have a metal wheel on a metal rail. There's no resistance there. It's not like a rubber tire on asphalt. Trains can roll forever, dude. You don't need to like punch it. Just let it coast. It's more fuel efficient and it kind of forces you to go slow so you don't crash. Last, please. What's up? Oh, just remembered, this is for sale. Do you want it? No, that's okay. I have Norfolk Southern rails pass through your town since I am in Tennessee, and it seems they run EMD. It's crazy how much damage suburbanization, urban renewal, and the end of passenger rail service did to this country. Dude, they thought that cars, like, Airless, you're not wrong, dude. But I understand, like, I'm not gonna, I understand why they did it, because when you don't give a frick about carbon emissions, why the hell do you use, why would you ever use a passenger train? Right? Like, Why would you use a passenger train? That makes no sense when you have airplanes. When you have the jet industry. Like, when you have a 737, why the heck are you gonna take a why the heck are you gonna take a passenger train? Point still stands to this day. Why would you do that? Now, like I said, I understand why they did it. And I understand why they thought cars and planes were the, that was the future. But you know, like, I get it, but also, yeah, I like trains. You know? I get it. But also, so I'll say it once, I'll say it again. I've talked about this a lot, guys. Trains only really make sense over medium distances. We're talking maybe 160 kilometers at best. Maybe a little bit more. Actually, nah, probably like 320 kilometers, like 200 miles. After that, an airplane is way more efficient to move people because obviously it's not the most energy efficient, but time is money, right? Trains are comparable over shorter distances. So, like, you're not going to take, for instance, you're not going to take high-speed rail from, like, New York to Los Angeles. That'll take days. Even a high-speed rail going, like, 300 miles an hour, that'll still take a day, right? That's not nearly as fast as an airplane. An airplane can get you there in 6 hours. The train has to make stops. And even though it goes 200 miles an hour, that's still pretty fast, but it'll take a long time, right? That doesn't make sense. However, going from like New York to Boston, for instance, or New York to DC, or even New York to Detroit, that's where it makes sense. Anywhere where you could get there via an airplane in like an hour. Like an hour flight, basically anything in a plane under a 2-hour flight a train should be there. Now, once again, I understand why they did it. I understand why we champion cars and urbanization and all that airless. Like, I get it. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm ignorant to it. I love cars, right? Cars are awesome. It's personal freedom, right? Like, I get it. But also, at the same time, if anything, dudes, the space program has kind of traumatized me into not putting all reliance on such reliance on one type of system. Like, we overuse the plane and we overuse the car. I want all forms of transportation. Trains where it makes sense, planes where it makes sense. And I believe in doing that. If you use trains where they make sense, and you use planes where they make sense, I believe you can actually reduce your overall carbon emissions that way. Because you're utilizing every system where it's the most efficient. Right? Trains are way more efficient in certain scenarios than airplanes, but airplanes are way more efficient in certain scenarios than trains. Cars, walking, and bikes are all good in their own regard, depending on distance and where you're going. Right, so yeah, airless, I understand why they did it. I don't like it, but I understand why they did it. But yeah, I personally think we should fix that. We should really fix it because, yeah, it'd be better for us, like... First. Took me 18 hours on the train from Chicago to DC. Balls. That's what I needed to do. Would love a high-speed rail, dude. That would be fantastic. How do you feel about the efficiency of the train versus truck for moving cargo long distances? See, Meepo, people can say whatever they want about the US when it comes to trains. We got the freight game on lock. You know how much freight gets moved via trains? Trucks should be used for regional distribution at best. Like, don't get me wrong, I ain't hating on long-haul truckers too. That has its own applications if you want on-time delivery. But trains are basically the best way of moving bulk goods over land by a long shot, and it's not even close. There we go. Okay. Hook up the pneumatics, open the pneumatic systems. Let it pressurize. I'm going to cut out the brake controller here. Release the manual brakes. Trains have efficiency on lockdown for moving bulk cargo over long distances over land. It's because the rolling resistance. The rolling resistance is the key. Trains can just coast because metal wheel, metal rail. Very, 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 very good. Very efficient. Low rolling resistance means you're not using as much energy to move more stuff because you don't have to overcome the resistance of the wheels. Now, that works both ways. It works both ways. How does it work both ways? If you're pulling something really freaking heavy, it's tough to get traction, which is why trains are big and heavy by design, because you need to have more tractive effort. A locomotive's usefulness is measured in tractive effort. How much force are the wheels pushing down on the rails? As a long haul, I've always said cross-country stuff should be left to trains so truckers can stay closer to home, but everybody wants their delivery yesterday, so you'll keep hauling. That's it, Meepo. You got it, dude. Yeah, that's it. Trucks are better, much better for what's called on-time, just-in-time delivering. So basically, people want it fast. The truck can get it there faster because you don't have to take a truck, load it on a train, have the train move, unload it off the train onto another truck, and then drive the truck where you need to go. It's better to just it's quicker to just drive the truck all the way there, right? It is what it be. Then electric trucks would make more sense there. I think diesel electric trucks would make more sense, Garfagon. Literally, Edison, what Edison Motors is doing. Okay, leaving the yard, shut the bell. Yeah, Edison's doing awesome things. I really like Edison a lot. That's the right idea, man. How about the retrofits? Good stuff. No, Pone Sister, they're not. No way, Hawks, really. I think Edison's a great idea. Edison is a diesel electric truck with a battery pack, so you can recapture, you can scavenge the energy. Dude, you could do real good things with that, man. And also DeBoss Garage is building that second-gen Dodge Ram with a 4BT Cummins that's gonna eventually be a diesel electric prototype for the conversion, for the kit knockdown conversion kits, which that's actually super cool. So does rolling resistance only apply metal on metal? Would a rubber wheel on a rubber on a rubber road be better than what we have now? Well, rubber wheels on a rubber road would have really high rolling resistance, Trey. That would be great for traction, but it'd be really bad for efficiency because the rubber on rubber makes so much traction, the friction will build up. You get resistance in the form of friction, and whatever energy you put in to keep moving will get slowed down quicker. With trains, because you're gliding metal wheels on metal rails, right? Trains can just glide forever. They can just glide forever. Like you saw, I just bumped the throttle a little bit and the train just rolled. It'll just basically just keep rolling for a really long time because you don't have a lot of traction on the metal rail. Now, like I said, that works for and against the train. It simultaneously is the train's greatest strength and also its Achilles heel. Because, for instance, a hill is a train's worst enemy. If you start spinning your wheels here, right? You start spinning your wheels on the rails, you lose traction, the train will just slide back down the hill. That's why trains to this day have a sander. What the sander does, it's a gravity-fed sand tank that drops sand over the rails to increase your traction. So a car, rubber is enough for the car, like a car on a road to make to get traction and go, right? But rubber on asphalt has a way higher rolling resistance than metal on metal. That's why, like on really fuel efficient cars like a Prius, for instance, you see really skinny tires because the less contact patch on the tire, the less rolling resistance. Simultaneously, but traction is a problem, but Prius doesn't make enough power to spin the tires anyway. So simultaneously, if you look at a dragster, like a dragster that goes down the track, you have a really thick tire. You have a really thick tire, but the vehicle's really light, so it has trouble putting all that rubber down. So that's why they put the engine kind of next to the tires. And those big honking rubber tires, because a lot of the tires pushing in the center of gravity of the dragster is towards the back because of that big motor. It pushes down and makes tons of traction. You do have a rolling resistance problem, but a dragster is only designed to go 1,300 feet anyway, so it's not a big deal. Yeah, you want to get better fuel economy in a car, get skinnier tires. Yeah, this is engineering physics, man. Stuff's awesome. I love talking about this. And trains are baller. Love trains. Yeah, there you go. A shorter drive shaft. Yeah, Doug. Yeah. The dragster simultaneously has to be light, but in a car, if you're too light, you go to step on the gas and you just spin the tires. Anybody that drives a pickup truck, if you drive a truck in the snow or in mud, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't have four-wheel drive and you just have two-wheel drive, right? And you step on the gas and you spin both the rear wheels because there's no weight on the pickup. There's no weight in the bed, right? Because the pickup truck has the engine at the front. So you just spin the tires because there's not a bunch of weight over the rear unless you're hauling something, right? That's when you load up the backs with rocks. Yeah, exactly. Going into a tunnel. Top heavy is also detrimental as well. I speak from experience. Yeah. Hey, Kurt. Kurt Cockbane. Nice name. Hey, EJ. Looking to start my career as a freight conductor. Is this a good game for the full experience? Kurt, this will teach you this will teach you. Yeah, this is a decent enough teacher. But this is going to teach you how to drive trains in real life. About as well as like playing Forza is going to teach you to be a race car driver. It'll give you a good indication of how this all works, but just because you can put down a good lap time in Forza around a track doesn't mean you're going to do it that well in real life. You know, but this kind of gives you the gist of it. Yeah, it'll teach you how to read the signs and stuff, which is pretty cool, and teach you how to work the locomotive. Yeah, there was that, except for that one guy. Thank you, I learned so much. Dragsters also use liquid adhesive. Yeah, exactly. The surface of a drag strip is really sticky. I was already doing that blazing, but yeah, thank you. Look, chat! I'm flying! Chat, I'm flying! Sorry. I won't do that again. I'm the king of the world! Iceberg? Ugh! There should be a toilet right there. Yeah, these locomotives have a toilet. That's what that front room is, believe it or not. See this little room right there? Yeah. It's the crapper. See, look. See, I have no throttle, but look, we're just maintaining our speed. Crazy, huh? Now check this out. We can use the dynamic brake and we start generating power. We generate power and we put that power through the resistance element on the locomotive and it creates a ton of resistance and it actually slows you down. We're scavenging the energy. We're scavenging the kinetic energy of the locomotive and converting it into electrical energy.
Go at throttle up.
That electrical energy, like I said, gets put through the resistance element and the resistance element it converts the electrical energy into heat energy. It just blows it out the top. That's what those fans on the top are for. That was close. Nice, Andrew. Oh, that piece of crap is still here. What's up, Hawks? What's on your mind, dude? Crew comfort, what's that? Yep. On the subject of cars, you got a Holden Calais. Ooh. But I kind of want to put the G8 nose on it to annoy other guys' thoughts. Do it. Do it. They added relay clicking to the D3 and 6. Cool. I got a cheese, we good. Why is there a door? Like a garage door here. Is there a track that goes to... Oh, it's the road. Dude, this is sick. We got our own little shop. Now, what one did we find? Did we have the DH4 670? Is that what that is? It's 282 730 D6 860. That's what I want. What's this? Oh, that's the paint booth. Okay. That's fuel and maintenance. That one is water. That one is coal. Okay. Cool. Step 1 is ticked off on that one. Oh. Museum office. Tool shed. And it looks like we just have a bunch of extra spots in the roundhouse here. There's a couple of bogeys right there, just chilling. Cool. Dude, this game, man. Oh, man. Hey, don't be whacking in the tool shed. Are you them boys whose tool shed they were whacking off in? Yeah, I know, Hawks. I think I'm gonna keep this as an after-hours game out of an abundance of caution, but also... It's single player, but there's a multiplayer mod, dudes. Okay. Air brakes are on. Secure the mechanical brake. Release the Indy. Set reverser to the 0 position.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Turn exterior lights off. That's the fuel cutoff. 19-month resub. How's my summer train treating you? You found any projects yet? Yeah, Loopy, I found a DH4. And go out here. Flip the breakers off. Okay. Number 20 is saved. What's in here? Okay. 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 We already have electrical power here. Throttle's at 0 in neutral position. We're not making any pneumatic pressure. Okay, so our mechanical brake is on. So let's give this... Hey, Spinner. Okay, we don't seem to have a pneumatic leak. Alright, well. No, it was the cutout, because I'm an idiot. Nah, screw that. The Switch is faster. Yeah, I found the cutout. We're good. Alright, let's back the sucker up. Is this thing supposed to be like a streetcar that they just cut the back off of? Because that's what it looks like. This looks like a bus with train wheels. A rail bus. Okay. A rail bus named Desire. Nice try, Tennessee. Wait. What is the El Camino of trains? This. Doesn't sound good. Okay. Yeah, safe. Let's figure out what we need. Where the hell is the parts? Where are the parts? You gotta go over to MF. Machine Factory. MFCL1. Where is that? Oh, okay. We'll do that for after hours tomorrow. You have to go to junction C1L with the utility car. Now, okay, question. Question? Does it have to be that thing? Or can you haul on the flat car? Both of them. Excellent. Excellent. Why does this flat car look like it's from 1887? So I'm thinking just take a job up there. Might as well. We have the DE6 here. Now, could we haul both of them? Could we haul both of these things? Out of curiosity? Just grab both of them, and then you could grab two things. Like Rick said before, quick adventure, 15 minutes in and out, tops. Yeah, no. All right, cool. Let's, There you go. All right, that's going to do it for me for the night, guys. It's been 11 and a half hours. We'll play Derail again for after hours tomorrow. That's fun, dude. All right. So, I'll see you guys tomorrow in about 12 hours for the next stream. I'm starting to get really tired. I hope you enjoyed Hope you enjoyed the stream today. Yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow, noontime, Satisfactory Space News and Derail. Let's keep the Derail party going by raiding Etel.
Checking to make sure I catch you guys. I appreciate you though.
Yeah, see, I just flipped his stream on. What's he up to? He's using DH4, I think, too. All right. Don't worry about getting snippy earlier. I deserved it. No, and Neil deGrasse Tyson deserved it. Anyway, Starlink scrub? No, it's 5 in the morning. So we'll recap that on Space News. So, guys, let's go raid Italics on the YouTube side of things. Let's go raid Etal. Let's go see what he's up to. And have a good night. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good night.